All right, what is up, Finn fam? It's your boy Cat in a Hat, and we got a whole lot to talk about today. That's right, you seen the thumbnail. Popular opinion, unpopular opinion is the Miami Dolphins are good. Popular opinion, though, it's easy. It's easy, real easy to say. It's real easy to say that the Miami Dolphins suck, and I don't blame those that want to sit here and say that the Miami Dolphins suck, that they're going to be bad this year. There's a whole lot of reasoning behind it, but it's easy to say that they suck this year. Especially if you're a Finn fan and you've been a Finn fan for a very long time. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the Finn fans that want to sit here and take the easy route and say that they'll suck. I've in- created a new syndrome, and I call it the Miami Findrome. Basically, they got a virus right now because the Miami Dolphins have sucked for so long. We've done things the wrong way for so long, and they're in that they're stuck in that mode where it's you got to show me, and they're not wrong, right? I can go through and give you 100 reasons. No, not really, not 100, but I can give you some reasons why the Miami Dolphins may suck this year, right? First, obviously, being we got 43 players on 1 year contracts. We're the cheapest fielded team in NFL history. Got a brand new head coach, brand new GM, brand new coaching staff, all of it. It's easy to say that the Miami Dolphins are going to suck. It's easy to say that these 1 year contracts haven't proven anything. What's to say that this year is going to be any different? It's easy to say that, but that's not why we're here today, ladies and gentlemen, because it may be easy to say that the Dolphins will suck this year, but it's hard to see why they will not. That's right. Before we get into it, make sure y'all hit that like, smash that subscribe if y'all have not subscribed to the channel already. AFC Easty Boys, we cover pretty much everything in the AFC East. We do cover a lot of the football throughout the season, but your off season is AFC East eccentric, mainly Dolphins, but I do watch all football, so it's definitely a good channel to get tuned into all throughout the year. But it's easy to say that the Miami Dolphins are going to suck. Got an unproven quarterback in Malik Willis. Got a bunch of nobodies on 1 year deals that haven't proved it yet. Who's to say they're going to prove it now? Got a brand new head coach in the NFL, that is. Brand new head coach, never done this before. Brand new GM, never done this before. Sean Duggan, we could say that he's never done this before, being a DC. Whole lot of reasons, whole lot of easy reasons to say that the Miami Dolphins are gonna suck. What's up, hot dog? But it's hard to see why these Miami Dolphins, they're not gonna suck this year. I got a lot of little things in store for you. A little behind the scenes, a little reading between the lines, maybe paying attention to a little bit of body language here and there through these interviews. There's a lot of things that are pointing in the right direction. We don't necessarily have to suck this year. But like I said, I don't blame those that are in the boat to where they don't think that we're going to do good and we're going to suck this year, because I'm going to call it the Miami Findrome. Miami Dolphins have done us dirty for so long, doing it the wrong way. So yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. If y'all have not joined our Discord, I put the link in the chat. Go ahead, join that Discord. It's a great place to be. If you ever wanted to get up here and chit chat with the AFC Eastie boys and the rest of the panel, that's how you do it. If you want to win any of our giveaways, you got to be plugged into the Discord so that we can get a hold of you, send your winnings out to you. And speaking of giveaways, that's right, we got this Mike Gesicki autographed 9x16 photo. You can see here he's hurdling over a dude. His rookie year, he's got the number 86. He's wearing the number 86 because 88 was taken the year that we drafted him. But that's going out to one lucky viewer. Once we hit 500, we're 10 away. We're 10 away from 500. So if you have not subscribed to that channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd like to hear y'all's thoughts, though. What are y'all's thoughts in the chat before I break into why, the reasons, the things that people aren't really seeing on why this Miami Dolphin team is actually going to be good this year? Let me know y'all's thoughts. Pull up my notes here. So, reason number one that I want to get into of why I feel like this team is being built the right way, and they're building a winning team that will start winning immediately. They're building this team with the Don Shula mindset, right? They mentioned that in a couple of the interviews coming in when they first got hired. You heard Halfley talking about how he used to play Madden and he used to be a fan of the Dolphins because of his grandma. You heard Sully talking about Don Shula and wanting to bring in that mindset all through the draft room. They had quotes from Don Shula all in the draft room. The way that they've come in here with a singular mind. I'm talking Sully and Halfley, and that leads into my second point, that Sully and Halfley both came in here with the mindset, the same mindset, with a mission, on a mission, with the same mindset, that Don Shula mindset. And we all know what Don Shula did when he came into the league. I got the notes for it right here. When Don Shula came into the league, 69, in 1969, we went 3-10. When Don Shula took over in 1970, we went 10-4. And then the rest is history, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm gonna get into more of that as well too. That kind of notes and info is for a little bit further down the line. That's to really draw the hook, line, and sinker on you, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm telling you, it's easy to say that we're gonna suck, but once you start digging into the details, the fundamentals, you'll start to see that they're actually building a winning team now. Yes, they're building a winning team for tomorrow as well, but they want it now. That Don Shula mindset. I freaking love it, right? I freaking love it. And then if we take that Don Shula mindset, right? And we go, yes, we got a whole bunch of players on one-year deals, right? A whole bunch of players on one-year deals. 43 to be exact. It's the most in NFL history. We also have the cheapest fielded team in NFL history. So we're doing something that's never been done before. These guys, that's what I'm saying. Don Shula came into this league and immediately made history, right? these guys are doing the same thing. They're going to come into this league and they're going to be able to make history. Imagine if they can make a complete turnaround of this team with the cap that they were dealing with, all the situations that they were dealing with when they came in here. 30 free agents, cap hell with Tua Tagovailoa, dealing with the Tyreek Hill situation, Jalen Waddle, all of the bad money. We're paying money to people that aren't even on this team. They had to deal with that. So this is going to be a historical dynasty that they're building. But that's for future conversations. The 43 players that they brought on this team, yeah, we can make the argument that they haven't done anything before. Okay, you're right. They haven't. But for a lot of these guys, there are a couple of them to where it's kind of too late, and yeah, they're kind of just going to be fillers and depth pieces. But for a lot of these guys, it's still early on in their careers, right? It's still super early on in their careers to where they could easily turn it around. They could easily use this 1-year deal with the Miami Dolphins to prove their worth to the NFL. Fight for that next contract. Use this year to turn their career around. And that's only going to benefit us, right? That's only going to benefit us. As long as they're working as a team. As long as they're working as a team. See, Sully likes to say it that he likes to say there's a lot of guys chasing a carrot. So if you like picture the horse races and stuff where you got the horses chasing the carrot. Same concept. All these guys are chasing a carrot, and that carrot is their next contract. Halfley, in the interview with Richard Sherman, he was mentioning that if one guy doesn't play up to the standards and the expectations that they all that are set forth now, there's a guy behind him that will. And so on and so forth. He was talking to Richard Sherman about competition, about how competition breeds excellence. And that's what they've done throughout this whole roster. Is create competition. Everybody has to compete for that job. Everybody needs to compete for that starting role. And if you gotta fight for your job, you're gonna fight a little bit harder than you normally would. And a lot of these guys, they're homegrown in Miami. Some of them probably had dreams of growing up and playing for the Miami Dolphins. Tutu Atwell, Uche. They grew up Dolphin fans. They have a reason to play hard. They have a reason to outperform their career. They're chasing that carrot. Yeah, it's easy to say that we'll suck 43 guys that haven't done good. What makes you think they're going to do good now? It's their last chance. It's their last chance. You do good here, you're done, pretty much. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Helps us out, puts us in the algorithm. We're not done yet. There's lots more. I got lots more. And it's like, it's not just enough. It's not just enough having these guys come out here chasing carrots, right? Because it takes teamwork. It takes teamwork for it to work. And Sully had mentioned in one of the interviews or pressers that he had about how during voluntary workouts, 20 players decided to come in on the weekend and put work in. 20 players, including Malik Willis. Well, Greg Dulcich was on Drive Time recently with Travis Wingle talking about it, and and I love what he had to say about it. He basically was saying that this team understands, these players understand that they're a young team, that they are basically behind the eight ball, and that they have a lot to prove and they have a lot to work on. So that's why they're putting in the extra effort in the off time to get better. Give me fire emojis in the chat for that, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that lovely to hear that your players acknowledge that they need more work? So they're out there doing extra work on the weekends, in the time off. They all understand that they're a young team, a hungry team. And this is why, if you actually look between the lines, you read between the lines and you look at the details, you'll see that it's not actually that hard to see that the Miami Dolphins actually will be good this year. Actually will perform at a much better level than most people are expecting. It's easy to say they'll suck. It's easy to say they'll suck. New coach, new GM, tore it down to the bare minimum. No cap. No cap. Look, Dolphins cap. No cap. 43 one-year deals. Easy. But this is why I'm breaking it down for you. Showing you the stuff that you might not have necessarily seen in the beginning. The fact that our players know they're young. The players know they need extra time to get the chemistry, to build that chemistry, to build that culture, to build that leadership. And they're putting in the work. You can go check the interview with Greg Dulcich on the Drive Time. I put the link in my Discord. Like I said, if y'all have not joined the Discord, it's definitely a place that you should check out for sure. So there's a lot of things going on in the background. There's a lot of things happening. Like, let's take the schedule release video, for example, right? With the whole Rick Ross. I love the schedule release video, by the way. I grew up listening to Rick Ross. I love Rick Ross's new song, that Minx in Miami. That Minx in Miami. Yeah, that's going to be the next song I remix. But let's take that schedule release video, for example, where he pulls Tutu Atwell aside, shows him the picture of him playing with his dad, you know, and like talking to him about it, and like just building that need and that urge inside of Tutu Atwell to come out here and show out. Like, they're doing it the right way. They're building this culture to not just be something sustainable for the future, but also immediately make an impact. If you go and you look at the impact that Sean Duggan made, if you go and look at the impact that Sean Duggan has made to the teams that he's gone to, they're immediate impacts. I'm talking, a defense was allowing 300 yards per game. Sean Duggan entered the picture, and now all of a sudden it's 200 yards per game, 225 yards per game. That type of impact. Same with Jeff Hafley when he went to Green Bay. He made an immediate impact on that defense. And I mean, like, in all metrics. Taking them into the top 10 in all metrics. And this was before Micah Parsons. Remember, he only had Micah Parsons for like 8 games last year. Maybe a few more. Yeah, that's a good point too that I didn't look at right there. Look, Hot Dog says we're going to have 1,600 pounds of offensive line and 500 pounds of tight end for the RPO game. 2,100 pounds of raw meat blocking for that RPO, which gets into the Bobby Slowick side of things, right? Bobby Slowick is going to bring in a lot of RPO and a lot of motion, and people don't realize, like, when he was the OC over there in Houston with rookie head coach D'Amico Ryans. That's the year they brought in C.J. Stroud. That's the year they brought in Nico Collins. You can go back and look at that team. There's not a bunch of names on that team that you're going to know. I think the only one you're going to recognize is Dalton Schultz and Robert Woods. They went on to the playoffs that year. They C.J. Stroud got Rookie of the Year. Threw for around 4,400 yards. I don't remember exactly how much rushing yards he had, but he had quite a bit of rushing yards. But my biggest takeaway from that 2023 Houston Texans season was how many different people they had running the rock. Okay, they had 11 or 12 different people running the football. They had even more people catching the football. So that tells me that they spread the ball around a whole lot because they didn't have any superstars. And Bobby Slowick knew that, right? Bobby Slowick knew they did not have any superstars. So it's like, we're just going to have to spread the ball around. And that's what they did. C.J. Stroud ended up getting Rookie of the Year. D'Amico Ryans. They go on, they win playoff game. Okay. Year 2 doesn't work out so well. Whatever, we're going to forget about that because typically teams go with the quarterback anyways, and that was the situation there. So now Bobby Slowick comes over here. He was passing game coordinator last year. I was fighting for him to get the promotion to OC. I'm so glad that Jeff Hafley worked with Bobby Slowick before. And this is when Bobby Slowick was working on defense. And this is when Jeff Hafley worked with Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick was working on defense. And this is why. This is the biggest reason why I love the idea of Bobby Slowick as our offensive coordinator. Because if you think about it, right? If you just think about it, like this guy coached on defense for 5 years. So he has a pretty good understanding of how a defense might work, how a defense might make audibles, changes, things like that. So being an offensive coordinator that went from being an offensive coordinator to being a defensive coordinator, back to being an offensive coordinator, I feel like that gives you an advantage in understanding the defense just a little bit better, right? And now if we talk about the RPO and the motion, Tutu Atwell. We go back to Tutu Atwell. Ricky Rose putting in his head how great he needs to be, right? We go back to Tutu Atwell. When Tutu Atwell was in LA before the Davante Adams era, that's what happened to Tutu Atwell. You want to know what happened to Tutu Atwell's career in LA? Davante Adams happened. It wasn't his fault. Before Davante Adams got there, Tutu Atwell was putting up good average numbers for being a wide receiver 3. Behind Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, so it's like he did the best he could. But where he really excelled at was in motion, in pre-snap motion. In 2024, 33 out of his 51 snaps were pre-snap motion. That tells me that we are going to have a lot of that tells me that we're going to have a lot of motion. Trust the process, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Sully and Halfley have been telling us all off season so far. How many times have we heard them say trust the process? Slowick drafted Nico Collins and Tank Dell. Then now we got Caleb and Bell. I don't think this team's going to be as bad as the popular opinion thinks it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. And my last prepared detail is teams have done this before. Gone from being bad, got a new coach, and got better. Immediately better. Playoffs better. Just in the AFC alone, I didn't even go out of the AFC East. Just in the AFC East, the Patriots have done it 3 times. In 75, they went 3-11. New coach, 76, 11-3. Playoffs, lost the divisional. 2000, 2001, same thing. New coach. Hold on, let me pull up that record. I didn't write that one down, but I do still have it up here. 2000, 2001. Oh, that was Belichick's first year. 5-11. Next year, 11-5. Super Bowl. And then obviously we all know last year they go 4-13. And then they get Mike Vrabel, they go 14-3. And then we got the Miami Dolphins. Of course, Don Shula did it. And then we did it again in 07 to 08. We went 1-15. And then we went 11-15. With Sperano. Lost in the wild card. And then, hold on, we're not done yet. Just in the AFC East. 2005, 2006, New York Jets. 2005, they go 4-12 under Edwards last year. They changed coaches. 2006 to Mangini. They go 10-6, lost in the wild card. And that's just in the AFC East, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs did it too. Andy Reid. In 2012, they went 2-14. Andy Reid gets there in 2013. They go 11-5. They didn't have Patrick Mahomes yet. That was the Alex Smith years still. It's been done. And that's, like I said, that's not even getting out of the AFC East barely. I haven't even gone through the rest of the team. I plan on doing a lot more research on this whole idea right here. I just didn't have time. I wanted to get out there today because I'm just seeing way too much hate right now so far. Like a lot of people are just saying that we're gonna be crap. I wanted to get it out there that we might not necessarily be so bad, ladies and gentlemen. Give you a few of the reasons why. Let you do a little bit of digging, a little bit of your own homework. But I am going to dig deeper into more teams that have had a bad record, changed coaches or regime, and went on and had a good record and gone on. I'm going to dive deeper into it as far as like what their off season looked like, exactly what type of changes happened. So definitely stay tuned in because you're going to want to check that out. Or at least find out the results anyways, right? How many teams have done what we're doing right now successfully? Because people say it like it's rare, like it never happens. But that's not true. I just showed you 7 scenarios between 4 teams. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have more as the OTAs go on. Our OTAs started today. If anybody wants to get up here and speak their mind, Discord's open. Hit that Discord link. Join the Discord. I'll get you up here. Let me know what you think. Got any questions down in the chat? I don't want to give a record prediction right this minute. Because I do kind of want to see how OTAs play out for some of the other teams, because I actually have question marks on some of the other teams before I give out the answers, because we do have a lot of changes around the league too, right? Especially with some of the teams that we're playing against this year, like the Buffalo Bills. Like, let's take Tennessee Titans for example. Even though they don't play us, Carnell Tate's already sitting out of practice. Like, those are the types of things that I'm looking for as far as other teams go. Is like, are there any other players that are being stubborn and hard-headed, and like what's going on? Because all that's going to affect how the season plays out. There's so many variables. Another reason why the Dolphins might not be so bad, because we don't know how the season's going to play out, ladies and gentlemen. We don't. None of us do. Injuries, everything, all of it plays a factor. All of it plays a factor.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Super easy. Super easy to say that we'll suck. Alright, so I'm gonna give y'all about 9 minutes or so if anybody wants to hop up and speak their mind and talk it out. I'm gonna put this video on in the background. I'm gonna give y'all about 9 minutes or so. If not, I'll come back on here and wrap it up. And awesome, that's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua, about a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Cat in the Hat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. No. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee were the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And then got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score, in the second half, and we're gonna fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well, not a hard one to call.
I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This was rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed.
Anyways, yeah, so Cat and Hat here. Goel over there. We gonna break down Wild Card Weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming this
Goel
weekend.
in
It's
house.
gonna be super exciting. We got some upsets for you.
I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy, Cat in the Hat, he boring. Boring.
Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once, just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. We're taking it. With the Browns, the Giants have just been loser fest, and they're going to continue. 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for
you. Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasy. T. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you were saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number 1. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on the first guy. He gets past the first guy. It's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of this injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly!
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
Dad.
Yeah, bud.
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos where people have different characters in Melon Sandbox? Like Jurassic World?
No, I haven't.
Dinosaurs?
No, I haven't.
It's probably because they have this app called Mobs for Melon Sandbox.
Mobs for Melon Sandbox.
You could go to different, you can school to find some characters you want for Melon Sandbox when you play it. And then you could just download it.
Awesome.
You could just download the mob you want, and then you could see its files, and you could find its body parts that it has.
You can just download the mob you want and see its files. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life with Children. Life with Children. But yeah, so it's real easy to say that the Miami Dolphins are going to suck. And it's hard to see why they won't. Hopefully I helped you out a little bit. Hopefully I helped you see some things you weren't necessarily looking at or you didn't necessarily see to begin with. Because we're doing it the right way, ladies and gentlemen. And at the end of the day, even if we do end up losing a lot of games and we end with a bad record, it's really not about the wins and losses this year. It really isn't. It's really not. It's about building the culture, establishing the foundation, and building for the future. I would be okay with losing games as long as we're losing fun games, right? Fun games. They need to be fun games that we're losing. We can't be losing games 24-10. That's not going to be fun. 13-6. That's not going to be fun. Although that could be fun, a defensive game. If we win 13-6, that's a different story. But as long as we win games, or even if we lose games, as long as we perform well, we can call it a win. Because we're building the foundation for the future. But I truly believe we're building this to start winning today. The OTA started today. They're going on tomorrow, and then again on Thursday, and we'll get to see a little bit more throughout the next couple weeks who's standing out, who's actually putting in that extra work, that extra effort. We're going to start seeing progress as early as this month. It's going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be great. Next couple weeks, we got OTAs. And then next month, we got mandatory minicamp. And then it's training camp, ladies and gentlemen. You know I'm going to be down there for training camp. I'm definitely going to be down there for training camp. Getting y'all some first-hand notes, first-hand film, first-hand footage. Giving it to you raw and real. So if you have not already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Helps us out. Puts us in the algorithm. Share it with a friend. We almost at 500 subscribers. When we get there, this thing right here is going out to somebody. Mike Gesicki, autograph photo. That's definitely going out to somebody. So make sure you share it with a friend. Share it on your Twitter, on your YouTube, your Facebook, whatever. Help get us out there. And if you haven't already, join the Discord. Trust me. Just join the Discord. It's not spam, I promise. Nobody in our Discord spams. It's a great place to be. Good community, 24/7 access to football fans like yourself. It's how you can get up here with the AFC Eastie boys when we talk football. If you ever want to speak your mind. It's also how you win your prize. Gotta be on the Discord. Gotta be on the Discord. We also got a shop, Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Great place to go shopping. You can find the link for that in our profile page. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see the Charlie's Choice Collectibles link. Click on that and do all your shopping there. All your birthday shopping, all your splurge shopping. Trust me, you're going to find things there that you're not going to find anywhere else. And you're going to be able to get a good deal. And it's going to get shipped out to you real quick. So go check it out. If you tell them Cat in the Hat sent you, you get an extra 10% off. That's right. So make sure you go check it out. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it is real easy to say that the Dolphins will suck, but I gave you all the reasons why it's actually easy to see that the Dolphins won't suck. We're destined for greatness, ladies and gentlemen. This has been your boy Cat in the Hat. I appreciate you rolling through. Appreciate you stopping by. If you've stuck around for the whole video, I salute you for sure. And make sure you smash that like, smash that subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on too, so you don't miss any of the content we be dropping. Cause I be dropping it. I be dropping it like it's hot. That's right. So we'll catch you next time. Until next time.